hell did I do? Hey, Gray. Gray, you better stop. I'm about to kick your ass through your butt. What's going on over here, y'all? Hello, folks. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm back. I'm alive somehow. Not in great shape, but I am alive. Um, hey, Miss Panda. How are you today, darling? Hope you're having a good day. I am alive. The rumors are true. I didn't go away. I wish I would have, though. Boy, I tell you, it's been a rough week, but we're back. We're going to try to return to normal somewhat, see what happens. I had a huge, huge, huge storm come through the other day. And I had some trash bags that I set out in the back porch and forgot about, and they got broke open. So during this humongous windstorm, and I mean it's one of the worst we've had in a while. It's almost as bad. It came back as bad as the one that we had last year that kind of like put our power out for 36 hours. But my neighbor come over and said, your trash is blowing all over my yard. And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, trash? I said, I don't mean to sit. And I looked and I thought, ah, fuck. So I spent like an hour outside cleaning up trash off the back porch and then down back. I forgot I'd set them out there. I thought I put them in the basement. So as we're working, I fell down once because the wind was just so powerful and I was so tired. I just couldn't stand up. And the second time, I kind of did a roll, one of those little rolls, and shouldn't have did that because that set my entire back off, and I was just like, oh god. So it's been kind of a rough week. I got to go to rehab tomorrow, and they say, look, folks, it's like this. Y'all are killing me. Please stop. Give me something, anything, to make this go away. But yeah, we're back. We're gonna try to do. I sit in this chair for about an hour a day, and it just gets to the point where I'm like, I can't do this. And I thought today, fuck it, we're gonna do this. So we are back with Loudoun and yeah, that other team, the one from England. We're back. We're gonna get some games in here hopefully today. Okay, so we got contracts about to expire. We definitely want to keep him around, and we got to do this now because it's about that time. The year's about over. So if I don't do it now, we may end up not getting them. $1,100, huh? How about we go 100 and then we take you down? Okay. Take that. I'm gonna give you some, but I ain't giving you that much, goddammit. Alright, so we signed. Damn, he went up 30,000. Well, if he goes up 30,000, don't matter. We triggered extension. Alright, let's see what we got here. Mr. Lorenzo Herano Parada. Definitely not giving him a new one. Nope. I'm sorry, dude. I just don't see it. And what about our boy here? Driscoll. What the fuck is that? Wow, he's a super stud. I don't know what's going on. What the hell was that? That's not supposed to be like that. Gee, I guess we're finding some errors here, huh? Alright, let's go see if we can fix this error. Let's see if we can correct this without making it obvious. Wow, I've never seen anything like that before. You can't do that. I'm assuming those numbers aren't anywhere near where they're supposed to be. Oh boy. Well, you know what, Adam, I'm sorry, bud. Even though your numbers are way off the charts, you're out of here. Do I get this again? Oh yeah, we're just having all kind of problems here. What the fucking hell, man? Please don't tell me they're going to do this to all these guys. I'll be so pissed. I'm not going in and changing them. That's what they're doing. See, you can't even use that to go, okay, well, if those are numbers for them as a youngster, the under numbers, the numbers you're not supposed, you're not going to worry about because they're I'm just going to delay the rest of them. They'll all just go. That is scary. That is very scary that that would happen like that. That was not expected, to be quite honest about it. So I'm keeping a couple of them, but not very many. We're hoping to run them loose and run them out. Yay, Mrs. Panda! Thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate you, darling. Really do appreciate it. I hope your day is going well. Wow, I love how that does that. That's just insane. I'm sitting here talking about this, and this is what I'm doing, and it tells you that on the Frosty Tools is pretty cool. I gotta say, I like Frosty Tools. Oh, what's this hype train? Ain't no hype train. How you get a hype train? Mr. Animo! Yo, what's up, buddy? I have never, that's the first hype train I've ever had. I'll be honest about it. That's the first one. I'm trying. Y'all are awesome. You know that, don't you? I have never, ever, ever in my life had a hype train. Ah, that's cool. I like that. But thank you guys for the bits. I appreciate that a lot. I know I've been slacking on everything, man. I just have been so out of everything lately. The pain is just crazy. Oh, you know what it really started from? My son's absolutely right. We went on that trip on Monday to have dinner with my mom. And them trips, man, them even we went down to have, we went grocery shopping a couple days ago to Aldi's, of all places. I love Aldi's. Aldi's is a great store to go to. We went down there, and, thank you for the subscription. Ah, you're so awesome. And that little half, like I told my guy that Tuesday, I said the half an hour, those half an hour trips kill me. I don't know what it is. Those chairs never bothered me before, but man, well, I appreciate you guys to death, man. Tell you, that's why I gotta eat the cookie. My wife won for a while. So yeah, we're Maidenhead. That's who it is. Maidenhead. Now I gotta remember what damn teams I am. Hype train, woohoo! That is awesome. That's a great way to come back. I am definitely going to start getting back into doing my thing that I used to do. I feel so bad because I get done with my stream, man, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm ready to go to sleep. But not today. We're going to do this for a while, and then we're going to see who's on. I know Record's on right now. Record. Record, edit, play. I know who it is. I just can't say the names right. Old-fashioned me, you know, we old school boys. We used to call them records. You gotta listen to the records. They're on the record player. Yay! I used to have such a great record player. My mom and dad, always the weirdest people in the world. My parents were so weird. Growing up with my parents was like, I swear to God, they wanted to be hippies without being hippies. And it was so funny because, so we had this big giant festival called the Coal Festival, the International Mining and Manufacturing Festival, because our county, at one point in time, I lived in what was the richest county in the world, not America, not in just North America or the you know, the Americas. It was the richest county in the world. We had more per capita billionaires and millionaire and billionaires in this area in the 40s and 50s, because there were two things that came out of here in the 40s and 50s: coal and sheep. Now, the sheep are somewhat still around. You still have some sheep farmers around, but not as many as you used to. Mostly cattle now. But this entire area has been stripped, and I mean stripped, from coal. And we had a festival that would take care of it. Well, growing up, my parents, we used to live like across town, and they would go to this place in Akron, which is about an hour and a half to an hour and a half from here. and they would go to this place and they would buy all these crushed velvet paintings. They'd buy tons of them, and they'd sell them at a booth at this festival. That was my first exposure to the festival. I mean, growing up as kids, this was freaking awesome. They blocked off a 3 mile stretch from uptown to the park to the fairgrounds. And in the fairgrounds, you had the giant lifters and the movers and the dump trucks, and you could climb on them. And people would climb on them, you'd slide down in them, and you'd do all kind of shit on them. And that was what we did growing up in September. Last weekend in September. Always perfect timing because it was football season, and you had the high school football game on Friday, you had the big parade on Saturday, you had the Steelers play on Sunday, and you had everything you could think of that you would ever want in a festival. It was huge, and it was so much fun. But they kind of got rid of it because it just like everything else, and outgrew it. But yeah, we used to have so much fun with that shit. But we would go, and you had all that. But my parents would get they'd get all that stuff, and they do that, and we'd go up and we'd bring home a van full of these paintings, or the I don't want to say it's not Mexican, it's Southwestern America, Arizona, New Mexico style artwork, and that was with the pots, and it's fake, of course, because it was all factory made, but it was so cool because that's what we did. And then my dad was a potato chip salesman for a company called Charlie Chips, and he used to go all around the area in his little van, and he would go up the Alliance once a month, and we would go up there and we'd fill the van full of food, full of boxes of potato chips. We'd bring them home, we'd distribute them, keep them in the garage, instantaneous. If you wanted a snack, there you go. We'd just run right down to the basement and snack. But yeah, my parents were so weird, and it's funny to me because I am what I am, and I am never going to change, and it'll be this way. What the fuck is this? Where'd this come from? I've never seen this before. They added a new thing. Now, they did just make an update last week, on Monday, a week ago today. And yes, they came up with some issues that, again, I still dislike them doing what they do. They put this in and they make it the way it is, and they do these big updates without testing them. Let's see. I don't think it'll be in here. Nope. Won't be in there. Won't be in here either. I forgot to look at it this morning, and it didn't show me I was hoping it was going to show me it should be 2.2. It's 26.2. There's errors where it won't move forward sometimes. You saw those players. My God, what the hell was that shit, man? Give me ratings like that. Make all my superstars. I never thought to look. We didn't look at any superstars. We did not look at one superstar's numbers at all. I just looked at that and went, okay, whatever. Are these screwed up too? No, see, they're normal. Okay. That would have been just freaky. Okay, so they got some weird shit going on. I don't know. It's weird shit around, that weird shit that happens after an update. But they've got some problems. I don't really know. To be honest with you, I really don't know what they did to make it any different. I don't see anything. So we're going to try to get another win. We're struggling a little bit here. That's what I want to do. Where's my boy? Now what the hell is going on with this? Oh, that's because this is, never mind. I'm looking for something that ain't there, because it ain't there yet. I don't have my made up players on here yet. They have to come back, and when I get a thing, I'll put them on. But until then, I can't really do it. So yeah, I mean, it used to be so much fun. My parents were weird. They met at a dancing at a place called the Aquanaut, and it was funny because my mom had never been there before. She went with her best friend. They'd never been out of town to anything like that. This was probably 73, maybe 74. And they went up there, and I guess the story goes that when my mom saw my stepdad across the dance floor. She leaned over and told her girlfriend that she was with that she was gonna marry him. My parents were weird, and it's funny because if y'all know who the group Wild Cherry is, they sang the song "Play That Funky Music." Well, my dad, as a teenager, an older, an 18, 19-year-old teenager, worked for some of the clubs up and down the Ohio Valley River, and he actually booked them into different clubs. I'm like, that's crazy. And they remember, they know each other. They talk every once in a while. The main people that were in the band actually have a music shop called CA House Music. It's over in a town called St. Clairsville, which is not far from here. So it's kind of cool. Have that little bit of a thing to it that I have a connection to one of the best one-hit wonders ever. So we're playing Chesham United, or Cheesham, Chesham United. Here we go. Playing at home, I believe. Yes, we are. Boys, I need you to go out and do something here. I'm getting tired of what's losing and tying. We need to start winning some matches. Time for a win. Time for a win. I've started I can't. I wanted to start another offline one. I wanted to start one with the different. I got a different US thing to download to see what it was like because don't really like the one I have. It's only 4 levels instead of the 8 or 9 I had before. So I thought, you know what? I'll see if I can download it. Well, for whatever reason, since they changed this, I can't start a new game. Not with the where you start with all the stuff in your, and you have the ability to change things and not. I can't do that. So I had to start a game where they automatically just went with whatever the normal standard was set up. So I started with Sutton United. I've been having a little bit of fun with that, but again, it's one of those things where it's just there's just not I can't stay on it long enough to do. Like with I'm playing offline, I can start it, and if I start to hurt, I go sit down. Come back when I don't feel so bad, and if I get into it, like right now we're doing this thing on ESO. They've made some changes. They're gradually making the changes, and I think it's this week coming up. We got the Jesters Festival coming through, which is always fun to do. Earn some credit or some tickets and all that good shit. But they're also going to be introducing the new changes they made to everything else. They just haven't done it yet, and I haven't even looked up the latest thing. Oh, we're going back here. How is it that I wait until afternoon for these guys? Hopefully they're trying to fix the wife's car next door. I think there's something wrong with the front end. I thought it was a flat tire, but it might be brakes. I don't know. But they've been working on it for a couple days. Uh-oh. Somebody's here. Hang on, brother. Yep, what's going on? Not much. How you doing? That's hilarious. Oh, that's some funny shit. So I got picked to be changed to Frontier. And I told the poor kid, I said, man, and it is not warm outside. It got cold. It was 61 degrees last night at midnight. I'm sitting here with the window open, laying in here trying to sleep. Didn't fall asleep until 6 o'clock this morning. He knocks on the door. He's going door to door, trying to get people to switch over to Frontier. And I'm like, dude, I've been on Frontier for over a year. I said, I love it. I said, I'll tell anybody that has it, that has Spectrum, to change. Yo, what's up, Whip? I have been better. Let's just put it that way. I forgot to post that in your thing. I've been a little absent because first of all, I got to do this. I had some problems after, because I was here Wednesday. I think you were here Wednesday last week when I was here, and everything was kind of weird. I was feeling a little bit fucked up, but I went out and we had that giant windstorm that came through about 4 days ago, something like that. It was Thursday or it was Friday. It was Friday, I think. And or no, I was shopping on Friday. It was Thursday. Anyway, I had to go outside. I had some trash bags I left out on my back porch that I forgot about, and they got all tore up in the wind, and they were spreading everywhere. And my neighbor comes knocks on the door and says, "Yo, man, I need you to get this out of my yard." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" Well, I spent some time outside cleaning it up. Great, no problem. Except I fell twice. The first time I kind of just I was bent over trying to pick up some garbage behind a bush, and the wind just kind of caught me weird, and I just kind of sat down. Sat there for a few minutes, no big deal. But the second time was not good. I was bending over picking up the last couple pieces of trash, and I fell, and when I went to fall, I tumbled. You know, you tuck your head and roll. Lay on the ground. Didn't feel so bad. Got up, come in the house, and I mean, the wind was so freaking hard. It was so bad that when me and my son were walking, I swear to God, if I would have went like this and had on a jacket or shirt that would have been any bigger than this in size, I could have flew. The wind was probably anywhere from 60 to 70 miles an hour that day, and so it kind of shocked my entire back, and it made me realize once again that this is just not a shoulder problem. It's going to end up being something else. And I've since Tuesday, and the last time I went to rehab, my hands just tingling to death. There's no it just won't stop tingling. So yeah, it's been a pretty rough week for me. I've done nothing but I can't sit in this chair for longer than an hour, it seems. Even last night I was watching a pay-per-view, and I couldn't sit here for the whole time. It was a long pay-per-view, but I could not do it. I ended up having to switch back and forth, and then that made problems because then I had to keep getting the hell up because my stupid computer kept freezing, and I forgot to put it on sleep mode for half an hour because of the issues I was having last week with the damn thing not wanting to start right. It's been fun! How you been, girl? Hope you've been good. Hope you guys are doing alright. I don't know you guys been getting any weird weather, but we've been having just so much fun. Like I said, it was 61 degrees last night when I went to sleep, or when I laid down in my chair. 61 degrees on March the freaking 1st. Or March the 1st, March the 15th. And it started down, and I'd say right now it's probably middle to low 40s, if we're lucky. Oh no, I'm wrong, it's 38. We're going to drop down to 31 or 21 tonight, and it's only going to get a high of 27 tomorrow. We went from summer, and they weren't kidding. I watched my friend Mac. I watched the guy I like to watch on TV, Max Velocity, and they were talking about how people, you know, it's snowing in Alabama. They got snow. They're looking at half inch to an inch of snow in Alabama today. And thunderstorms this morning, snow this afternoon. We had thunderstorms this morning. We're expected to get a wintry mix started in about an hour. So, alright, so it's not going to do that either. And it is cold enough outside to actually be cold. So, you know, I'm like, Jesus Christ, we had all four, well, yes! My boy Lamar Gordon with the goal. Good job, baby. That was me, right? No, fuck. I thought that was us. I hate having uniforms that kind of look the same. Well, I'm going to tell you what's going to end up happening. These guys I probably won't have to worry about. The other team I'm going to have to worry about. I might end up losing my job there because we are struggling so much. And I'm not doing so hot here either. I mean, we're using my offense. We should be winning. I mean, we ain't losing a lot. We're 7th place, which is where we're supposed to be. But we're losing to teams like Chesham that we shouldn't be losing to. Okay, we're losing 1-0 to a team we shouldn't be losing to, and it kind of sucks. But but like I said, I started playing, trying to figure out what's going on with the other thing, and that kind of messes me up, pisses me off. But they have been adding some little things in here and there. I again looked at what they did the first time, and it's kind of funny because on Steam, they haven't done the update that shows that news article that is actually out yet. It's out. I'm just kind of waiting now to see how much longer they're going to be before they put the international in, because World Cup shit's going to be starting soon, and they got to almost put the World Cup stuff out before then. And we only have 4 more updates. So are they going to update 1, 2, 3, 4 this week and next week and the next week after that, and then end up the first week of April as the final update? Because they don't usually go this long. I think usually the last update in the past has always been like the last update has always been in March, and there's no fucking way possible they can get 3 more quick updates in. Well, they could. I mean, they could do it with, but that would mean that they'd just scored again. We can't do nothing about it. We're struggling. Got nobody to put in. Our replacements are gone. So yeah, I get those every once in a while. That's the 3rd time in 6 months that a Frontier person has come to my house to get me to buy Frontier. Dude, I'm on it. I'm on it already. Which is funny because you can tell that these guys are just hired off the street, have them go do it. They're kids. He's wearing an Appalachian State hat, or toboggan, or beanie, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, these guys don't have any clue about what's going on. And he's like, you see these guys are out here doing this work? And I'm like, I haven't seen a thing. I haven't seen anybody working on nothing. And he says, they've been upgrading the infrastructure. I said, dude, they upgraded the infrastructure here 2 years ago when I signed up for it. I said, that was the biggest thing we were waiting on, was they kept coming in because, and like he said, Spectrum is supposedly the biggest company in Ohio. And guess what? Spectrum's the worst fucking company. My dad hasn't had internet for 3 days because of that storm. And it wasn't Spectrum's fault this time. They usually run their stuff with AEP, which is our electrical people. And storm that came through a couple days ago, and I was outside cleaning up a couple bags of trash that I had forgotten. That were on the back porch, and fell down twice. What the hell are you doing? This thing is going crazy. This one's fine. That one, the one that shows like my thing, it's like bouncing all over the place. So I fell and hurt my back again. It's been a bad week for me. I haven't been able to do much because I haven't been able to sit in the chair for more than an hour at a time. I finally said today, I've been like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm gonna start streaming again. I want to stream again because I'm tired of not making time to be on here. I'm gonna start being in people's streams again because this back has just been killing me, and it's to the point now where like I said, for the last ever since Tuesday, my arms have been asleep. It's starting to get to the point now where it's starting to worry me a lot, because on this hand, the hand that's the problem, right in that area between your thumb and forefinger, right there, it itches so bad. There's nothing there. I've washed it with 4 different kinds of soap. I put hand lotion on it. I put everything else, and it fucking itches so freaking bad. And that's the hand that's, grandkids going to the grandparents. That's always nice. Now you got the house to yourself. Oh boy, party at your house. I'll be there. Oh goddamn, we just give up another goal. Son of a bitch. Time to switch defense. Trying to switch it up. That's not going to keep happening. I can't keep doing this. Come on, fellas, you're better than this. I don't know. That was close to being offside because he was behind the guy the whole. He was in front of the guy the entire time. That's one of those. That's like when I watch the Mega Luke and those guys. They do their own podcast about this kind of stuff, and they talk about football all the time. And I could do something like that if I wanted to, but I don't have enough. I don't do enough football watching to do other than, you know, what I hear or what I see other people other streamers talk about. So I don't, I wouldn't be able to do that. But it's cool because they were talking about they were talking about, and it was a year old one, but they were talking about how the same thing I've been talking about in this game, how fucked up the offsides. I really can see why. I guess I can understand why they have trouble fixing it in this game. I do. I get it. Because in real life, the offside thing is fucked. It really is. It's never called consistently. You get some of the dumbest things. You need to one referee might see that if one line person might see that if they're inches apart, if they're inches ahead, they're gonna call them offside instead of giving them like a gap. If you're within, if like I'm standing here and somebody is just past me, partly, that's not offsides. That's me being slower than them, and they outran me. They shouldn't call it offsides. But there's some referees that won't even call. You could be 3 feet ahead of them, and they're not going to call it. But I get that. But being realistic and being broke is two different things. We just got our asses handed to us 3-0. Maidenhead, I'm not happy, man. This is killing me. What's going on with these guys? I don't understand. Chessum's not better than us. Chessman. That was just terrible. We get any shots off in that fucking game? 8. They had 24. We had 8. Not even gonna happen, fellas. Not even gonna happen. You're about to get rode to the ground hard here in a minute. You better be pissed. You better know I'm pissed. That's terrible. Well, we ain't 7th no more. See, the bad part is, like I said, we haven't been doing that bad. Lost 2 in a row, 3-1 and 3-0. I guess that's worse than I thought. Oh, shit. So we haven't done that good at all. We're 3-1 and 3. So we're not doing bad. We're just not doing as good as we should be doing. So that's not working. Let's switch it up, shall we? Let's go with the 4. Ooh, this is weird. What's it look like in possession? Out of possession? In possession. I think I like that, out of possession. That could be interesting. Definitely very interesting. Alright. So, we're going to fix this team up again. Yeah, we're just struggling along, doing what we got to do. I've been it's just Brooke, I'm gonna tell you now, man, you fucked me over last time, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you continue to fuck me over and you continue to act like the stupid fuck that you are, you will go. I have no problem in getting rid of you. I just brought you in, I can just get rid of you. Just like that. So I haven't added in my bot players. Sasha, you're not in there yet. I started over and I haven't had any players that would fit the bill. So I'm gonna do it after we get our youth intake. I got 2 teams to play with, so we don't know if we're gonna put you on one or the other, or both on both, or what I'm gonna do yet. But we're gonna have some fun with that'll come up eventually. I don't know, this defense needs worked on, I can tell you that now. That's the problem here. I still got time to do it in, but not really. Oh yeah, the false nines, I forgot about this one. Yeah, we can't have both of them as false nines because none of them will play false nine. We're going to go with a central forward on that one and a poacher on that one. Perfect. There we go. Now we're set and ready to go. So yeah, we're not there yet. We're definitely not there yet. I only got one player that hasn't played, and that's the goalkeeper. Backup goalkeeper to the backup goalkeeper. So yeah. All right, fellas. Y'all better get your asses together and get this done, because I'm going to tell you right now, we about to find out the hard way. I'm an unhappy camper. And when the coach is unhappy, heads start rolling. Oh, yeah. So, bed not good. Sleep about been good. I slept from like 6:30 this morning. I got about 4 hours sleep in last night. I just ain't tired. By the time I lay down, again, it's the time of year. The time of year fucks with me big time. The weather transitions, and it's been worse this year for the simple fact is it's been summer one day, spring the next day, fall the next day, winter then spring, then fall, then winter, then spring, then summer, then fall. Yesterday was summer. It was nearly 70 degrees. It was like I said, I went to sleep last night with that window open because I could. It was 60 It was 61 degrees at midnight. It was 61 degrees at 3 a.m. It started to drop down a little bit as the morning got here, but still didn't shut the window until I got up. And now I've got all the heaters plugged in because it's chilly in here. It's only 38 degrees outside, so now I'm freezing. So yeah, it's been this weather. Once the weather calms down, and spring is like in what 4 days? This is the 16th, right? I just realized that. I just realized, not even thinking about it, but my babies are spring equinox babies. Peaches, Fluffy, and Gray are equinox babies because their birthday is on the 20th. That's kind of strange. I didn't realize that till just now. What the hell, man? Don't even bring your stupid thing up here. Spring equinox. Might help if I could learn to spell. Spring equinox 2026 is at Friday, this coming Friday at 10:46 a.m. No, it's not always the 21st. It's not always the 20th, but that is their birthday this year. Tomorrow is tomorrow St. Patrick's Day? Because my last ex's birthday is tomorrow, the 17th. The one who we have all these pets with that went back out to be with their family, which is cool. You know, you can't hang them problems like that. Fuck it. It is what it is. So yeah, she was born. She was the 13th. The 17th is her birthday, and the babies were born 3 days later. Wow. And damn, y'all are gonna be 9 years old, 8 years old, 8 years old, 8 years, 9 years old. Damn, they are getting old. They're 9. They'll be 9 tomorrow on the Friday. Wow. That's crazy. So, like all pagan holidays, if you would, that's Ostera, I believe. I don't, being a good pagan that I am, I keep track of all this stuff. I'm bad. Oh, I'm terrible. Yeah, Ostera. But see, the thing people don't understand about holidays, pagan holidays, which is funny to me, is the fact that, okay, Christmas Day, Saturnalia, Yule, middle of Yule, you know, different things that it's celebrated, but in the normal, everyday celebration of Christmas Day, it starts at midnight, the 25th of December. Okay, runs till midnight, the 26th of December. That's Christmas. Done over with. Okay. Yule usually runs from like for a week. It doesn't start okay. Ostera is a 1 day holiday, and it's a major holiday because it falls on the solstice. It's a major holiday. You have Yule, you have Samhain, you have Austerity, you have Beltane, you have the summer solstice, you have you have the fall and spring equinoxes, the summer and winter solstices. We have like 6 or 8 holidays that we celebrate all year, plus little ones in between. But people think it's like any other holiday. They don't start. Our holidays do not start on, like, Ostera does not start at 6 o'clock in the morning or midnight on the 20th. It starts at 6 p.m. or dusk on the 20th and runs till dusk on the 21st. That's how they work. They don't work other than like that. It's not normal holidays. We do everything, and it's not that it's a nighttime thing or whatever. It's just the way that the holiday calendars worked out, and that's the thing that one of the things the Christians didn't do when they did, like, try to bring all of the, that people don't get the shit why these holidays are what they are. Easter and Ostera are about the same time. They're never the same because Easter's usually, the first Sunday after the first spring full moon or something. There's a specific reason why it's that day, but it doesn't match the day and the reason why Ostera is Ostera. So, it's one of those things where people get that so wrong. That's like with Samhain, which is Halloween for non-pagan folk. It doesn't start at midnight or noon or whatever. It runs from the 31st of October to the 1st of October, and then Day of the Dead runs from that time to. So you basically have 2 holidays in one there. But it always fascinates me how people don't know or study. Everybody wants to make a big deal about this, or big deal about that. Now we'll see if this is going to work, because this is one of the problems we had before, where this would cause me to have to come back and fix it. We'll see if it does that. I think it's gonna. Yep. Address injury. Yep. Ooh. No. Yep. See, it's gonna make me address the injury, and I don't want to address the injury because the injury is not the injury. So I got to do this different because we're in 2 different places. So we kind of have to make sure we do these days. We don't just get to go and do a vacation day. Save the game. I just don't trust any of these things. Once they make changes, that get all screwed up. I'm just glad those fucked up numbers don't fuck up this thing, because that would have, if those numbers were to be used to calculate his stars and shit, them motherfuckers would look like superstars and aren't. I don't want to take the time to have to go in there and do that. See, they still ain't fixed this problem. It's annoying. It's not a big deal, but it kind of is, because this is something that never existed before. But I guess it's better than the processing errors that we used to have. And the fact that this will slow down one time and not let you go through, and you have to do that for that too, that kind of sucks. Haven't noticed it on the game yet. It might just be this game, because all of the things that are brought into this game, no, this was before that. So they're kind of updated for the other, but they're not. So, and that's the hard thing about getting like mods and stuff for this, because as you go, everything gets changed, but they update some of them, and then some of them will work and some of them won't. Because like after the first major update, it didn't work for other stuff I had before that, so I had to go and erase them to be able to play again. Outside of that, I didn't feel like working with it. I could have went in and fixed them all myself, but I really didn't want to. Too much effort. And when you gotta put way too much effort in a game to get it to do what you want to do, it's just not worth it. So I just waited, and then I got new stuff, and it works. And now we're having an issue with it not working again. Farnborough is our next match here. Fellas, we need to win this. No matter what, we need to win this, because we've now dropped. We're in 7th. Where are we at now? Damn, we dropped all the way to 18th with a loss. Wow. We got 26 points already, and we are 6 points behind, moving ahead now. And we're a game up. Oh, no, that's the time. Never mind. That's crazy. What? That's America. What am I looking at the wrong one for? Okay, that. Shoot me now, shoot me now. I'm alright. Don't worry about me. I'm not crazy. I swear. My mom had me tested, and then I murdered him. Oh, never mind. I'm not crazy at all. I just looking at things, and it wasn't what I was looking at. And so yeah, we may end up losing the Loudoun job. That I might not have a choice on because, but we'll pick up one somewhere else. All right, quick break time. I shall return, and you all are awesome. I'll be right back. If I can figure out what the hell I'm doing. Alrighty then. What the hell is my battery doing? Okay. Man, I love me some White Castle. These generic ones are not good. Not really. That's not good. Mm-mm. Not good at all. I once lived in Indiana. A little old town called Fort Wayne. And where the fuck is Martinez? Mm-hmm. And I don't know where White Castle started. I just know I love them to death until after I eat them. But mm, not far from where I lived, there's this little old shack. Uh, Sat in this, like, there was like some kind of industrial something there, and just sat on this street all by itself. It was almost like a connector that was just for that street, for that thing. And they had the big flat top in the back, and finally, and they sat there and made just rows and rows of burgers like that. They claimed that they were the first one, but I don't know. They were good though. I said I love White Castle burgers. They just do not love me, which is okay. Then I went and bought. Yeah, you go to the store and you get those like 25, 5 for 25 kind of thing. Where these came from. Good deal. You got a lot of stuff for it. And I bought chicken, popcorn chicken, and chicken tenders. Usually when you buy it in that kind of thing, pop them in the microwave, you're done. Tenders are not microwavable. Said not ready, not wow, not previously cooked or not ready to eat. I'm like, okay. So I microwaved them for about 12 minutes and that wasn't good. Kind of ruined most of the ones I put on the plate. A couple of them were eatable. They got solidly hard. All because I was too damn lazy to do the right way. You can cook them in a microwave. I've never seen how anybody cook the stuff you're supposed to be able to cook in a microwave. Because every time I try to do it, my microwave is either way too much or not enough. You know, microwave things are fine. You can make microwave things in a microwave no problem most of the time. But man, hey Justin,
What?
come here. Those chicken tenders
Mm-hmm.
are not microwavable.
Why?
They're not cooked.
Oh.
I tried to cook them, didn't work. They have to be cooked in a frying pan or in the thing.
You could cook in microwave, just takes a lot longer.
I did, but they got hard as a rock.
about happening stuff.
Mm-hmm. My hand itches like a motherfucker now. Again. Oh well. Life is in the fast lane. I mean, oh, I forgot completely. Huh. I was thinking, man, what am I going to eat? Oh, I know what I'm eating today. I like gyros. I don't know, call them gyros, gyros, whatever you want to call them. But the closest Greek restaurant to my house is half an hour away.
Huh?
Stream. And it's in downtown Steubenville, which is not a good place to go. It's going to snow a little bit.
Shit.
I'm not kidding. Dude, it was 61 degrees last night at midnight. I'm trying to sleep with the window open, breeze blowing in. And it's going to be 21 tonight. Yeah, so go to Aldi's and they have the gyro kits, and I love those things.
Haven't used it yet.
I know, forgot. I know what I'm having for supper tonight. The only thing that don't come with that kit is onions and tomatoes. And of course, I don't put fettuccine on mine. I put mozzarella. Can we win now? Can we try to win at least a game or two? Please? I'm not going to beg. Y'all just going to start winning. See? There's your... Oh, this is 25. This is last year. My coffee. But yeah, I'm telling you, it's just been rough. I told him that I was talking to the woman that did the intake, because now I was with the woman that did the intake is not the one that did my first non-intake workout. And I told her, I said, I said, y'all just need to fix this arm, or I'm just going to cut it off. She goes, you don't want to do that, and you have phantom pain. And I'm thinking,
Just had to fix the rest of the meal.
why?
It was old.
I didn't think about, well, I used it for what I wanted it for. And you usually drink milk like it's water, so. Normally I get milk in here, I want to use it for cereal and stuff. He drinks it all. I brought milk in because I had cereal I wanted to use, grape nut flakes. And it's gone, and we had to throw about a quarter of it out because nobody drinks it. God damn it. Farnborough. God damn it. Come on, hand. But we're done until next year, until January, I think. I don't know. They didn't say we lost our thing, so this might be. Nah, it can't be. Richmond Kickers. All right, we're playing the Richmond Kickers. How about that shit, though, man? Snow right now. In Michigan, they had one of the storm chasers in Michigan. Dude's out in the blizzard. There's 2-3 foot of snow all around, and he's driving on the road like a moron and gets stuck in the middle of nowhere with nobody around. Him and his crew, how many people he's got in his car, I'm like, y'all better start digging, because you might be there a while. You know, you figure that these people would know better than that. This is what they do for a living. If you're out and it's snowing and it's deep and there's 3 foot of snow drifts all around and you're in blizzard conditions, there's a good chance you don't want to be driving in the middle of nowhere. Not at all. That's the one thing that always worried me about driving in the wintertime. I had it one time that when I used to go to my ex's mom's house, it was in the back in this little town where George Custard was from. And you could go a couple different ways, but the way we went, there was this road where you came around this turn. It was a pretty long turn, but it wasn't really that it was that sharp. But one day I come flying by there, and my car, it was icy a little bit, and there's this giant field with a house like at the end of it, and I slid in the field. Just was doing that super like that, just come out of the turn just like shh, like, yeah baby, this is fun, I'm having a blast, let's go. And then car came to a standstill, looked around, made sure I didn't hit nothing, just drove right on out. And then the one day that the only time I had a spin like that is I was another turn the other direction on a different, a real road, not a backyard country road. This was like a real main road that went from one town to another, and it wasn't like it was a back road or bad thing. But it was so bad, and it wasn't even snowy. It was just kind of like a little icy, and I spun like double or triple spins off the side of the road and almost took out the sign of a farm that was there. And like, god damn. You gotta be careful driving in the wintertime. Winter driving is so much fun. I enjoy it. Well, I used to enjoy it. I don't drive anymore. I have not driven a car since 2006. I don't want to drive a car. I would love to be able to go places, but I'm not driving a car. I don't want to drive a car. I don't want a car. I don't need the added expense of a car. Alright, fellas, this is time. Y'all need to get out here and do this up. New defense, new offense. Let's go. Do you think you can go out here and win this freaking match? We're playing at Farnborough. Farnborough. Ooh, that's a nasty looking sky. That looks like out here. Only it's daytime and snow's coming. I love telling my son that because he hates snow. Like, get it, it's your fault, get it. I'm like, no, it's not my fault. I just like snow. Kind of like the way that looks. Nice little. We're in the red today. Now we're in our real reds. Let's go. Nice pass. All that for that fancy little bullshit to put the ball way out there to kick a bad shot. That was a good move, everybody. What the hell are you doing, man? Come on, fellas. You didn't see him coming. Oh, yeah, we're done. We're going to get burned again. Why? Because we're playing like shit again already. See, I can't really judge it on the first game because it's been about a week, but we haven't, and what do you know? Woohoo! Give up them goals, boys. You are great at this game. Yeehaw! Oh, my God, man. Come on. Why did he give up the goal? Here we go. Shall we talk about this now? Why did he give up the goal? Hey, Brooke, I know you're not an idiot, but I do think you should learn how to play fucking football. Because, dude, you are killing me in goal. You got to be one of the dumbest goalkeepers I've ever seen. Yeah, we got to change you around a little bit there, son, because you are killing me. Ah, damn, we just do not do anything but give up goals. You get 2 shots to their 2 shots. We're even on shots, but we're not doing anything. We're literally not doing anything. 12 minutes, we got 2 shots. We should have 12 shots by now. And we should not be down 1-0. I honestly think I've lost my touch. I used to be able to win these games like this. With teams like this. I never used to really start struggling until I got to the second to League One. Pritchard! Good job, Harry. Pritchard with the goal. Pritchard with the goal. Pritchard with the goal. Good job, baby. That's how we're supposed to play, fellas. Let's go. More of that, please. More of that, please. Yeah, nice. That's more like it. Now we playing. Let's go. Alright now. Calm your jets and let's go. God, I can't see. That's the next thing I gotta do. I gotta do that today. I should do that. Now I can't use my fucking calling phone. Broke the fucking thing and now it's totally lost. I might be able to get it turned back on if I plug it in, but I'm kinda doubting it. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, ESL I was talking about earlier, you know, they got a whole bunch of shit getting ready to go on and I can't fucking play. I played for about 15 minutes last night. Just trying to see if I could. First I thought the arm was going to be okay, and then all of a sudden it just went haywire. It's like now my arm is like crushing me right in this part of the elbow. Can't help if I sit down, it doesn't help. If I lay it out like that, it doesn't help. And of course, when that starts to hurt, that means that come on, guys, we need a win here. We gotta get back into the top. We need to reassert our forte. I just don't know. Then I said I want to get like they said those compression sleeves you can buy that like hooks around your arm over here and kind of like angers it up. Because a lot of the time I think that's what the problem is it's like it's hanging low and it's tight, but it's got the muscle is like in there. And like I said, like when I do this, it kind of pulls everything up. But I can't sit like this forever because then the hand hurts because it starts to fall asleep in the worst way. So when I told the lady that for the intake, she's like, "Oh, you don't want to do that because then you might just hurt your arm." And I'm like, "You know what, lady? It hurts already. What the hell?" Deny. Y'all need to keep that going, man. Automatically ban those bitches. Hi. Hi, baby boy. What you doing down there? Little one, what are you doing? Huh? Come on up here. Come here. Come here, buddy. What are you doing down there? Little girl? Come on, sweet pea. I wish I could help you, but you don't have a ball no more. I don't know what you did with it. Alright, let's go. Alright. Alright. No. Good job. Hi, baby. Hey, baby monkey. Where you been, monkey? Come here. Come here, monkey. Hey, baby. Come on. You come up here. Let me make it easier. Ooh, I fell down. Ah! Claws! As soon as I go down onto the bottom, man, she's like, Claws! Welcome down, Pops. Claws. Hi, buddy. Come on. Get up here. Come here. Oh, you're so lazy. Sometimes sitting up on the top is too much. Fucks my legs up. I'm just like, telling you, just put me in a full body cast. Go. Yeah! Hoorah! Umara, 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 umara. Good job, baby. That's my boy. Now that's what I'm talking about, fellas. Y'all doing good with this one. I like this. This is working out. That's twice. Two teams that can't use my thing. My defense is solid in this one because we got 9 men in the back. You're not getting through like you did before. Oh, look, to get it back to him. Not there, not that way. Ah! Sorry about you. Woohoo! He had to dive hard for that one. Might have found us. Our offense maybe depend. One time it doesn't make it an offense. But see, we've given up just as many. We've given up as many shots as they've given up. But the difference is, in previous games, we'd have done give up like 15 or so in this by this time, and then we went into halftime going, we got a chance, and then they just pummel us in the second half. So far, it's working pretty good. Brooks has just learned to take goals and keep them from going in. We'd be good. 9 shots, 5 of them on. That's pretty fucking good. We got a 2-1 lead, yet they got a better XG than us. Okay. It is what it is. It's okay. It's okay. Keep it up, boys. Let's go. Hey, nobody got to come out. Cool. Umara. I like Umara. Umara's pretty damn good. Maidenhead, I don't know if they've ever been to the championship or any of that. I don't know how far they've ever been, how high they've ever been. See, what's a cool thing? You want a cool thing to do if you're an FM player. You want a cool thing to do. Here's what you do. If you want to do it just like, nice shot, and it's Pritchard again. Harry Pritchard, Umara going to wrestle and see who gets the most goals. And you know what? He's coming from attacking midfielder position. He's not even coming from up front. Stewart probably got an assist, but he's really not doing much else. But Pritchard got 2. He got a brace, boys. But this is what you do. For example, let's say your favorite team is Manchester United. I want to see something here. Just because I... Alright, so if you're a Manchester United fan, here are the number of teams. Here are the teams that are in the greater Manchester area. Men's team, level 1 to 4. I don't want to look at this little list. Man, I can't hardly read that anyway. The hell are you doing? So you've got Manchester United, Manchester City, Wigan. You've got Bolton Wanderers. You've got Salford City. You've got Stockport County. Okay, you got those in level 2. There's none level 3. You've got Wanderers, Stockport, and Wigan. You've got Salford, Oldham, Athletic, and then you come down here to Altrincham. You got Rockdale, Curzon-Ashton, Radcliffe, Ashton United, FC United of Manchester, Hyde United, Atherton Colliers, Avro, Bury, Mausley, Stollybridge Celtic, Trafford, Withering Hawks Town. Okay, that's just, okay, level 9 and 10. Abbey Hay, Atherton, Laburnum Rovers, Chattertown, Cheadletown, Ireland, Prestwich, K, Ramsbottom United, Stockport Town, West Didsbury and Cauldron, Wythrenhawk, Ashton Athletic, Ashton Town, Cheadle Health Nomads, Daisy Hill, Main Road, Stockport Georgians. Below that, you've got, you got all these other teams that you can be. So the thing is to find, okay, go out and find, like, for example, you have FC United of, who got the third goal? That was over there. So you got FC United of Manchester. Name of another Manchester town. Go in and find them. They're like levels. You'd have to download a database. and you go in and find them, and you bring them in, and you see if you can take that team from whatever level they're in and make them as good as Manchester United and Man City. Make the third team. Give them a triumphant in Manchester. That's one of the cool things to do when you do it. You can even like there's people who have taken and built leagues like out of the teams that play in Chelsea or in London. They'll go and they'll make a nation out of London itself, and you can do that. You can do that with Manchester. Hell, there's probably 30 teams in Manchester alone that you can do that with, which makes it fun and interesting because then you get to see about building a team. That's one of the things I love to do about it is it lets you bring a team. Like I like the different. There's like I don't even know how many different Sutton teams there are. There are a ton that are not included in this database yet that I haven't found. You have Sutton United, you have Sutton Athletic FC, you have Kent in Kent, Sutton Town AFC, you have Sutton United FC and Sutton Coldfield. You have Sutton United FC in Birmingham, Sutton Coldfield, Sutton Common Rovers. There are probably, I know that one, I think in 24 there were like 14 or 15 teams with the name Sutton. You had King Sutton, King College, you had Sutton College, you had Bishop Sutton, you had all these different teams. And it's cool because Sutton United is, and that was quick and I didn't make any changes in that game. Wow, that's what I get for not paying attention. My boys just ran the hell out of it, and they did well without getting one change. A 3-1 victory. Good job, fellas. 15 shots to 12. I don't care if they have 12, 15 shots as long as we have more. Works for me. What the fuck is this? I don't know what that is. I don't see that time one on here. Huh. There were, okay, opponents DA. Don't know what that is. Where are the offsides? There were 3 offsides to 2. Now, that's a pretty good game, only having 3 offsides to 2. A lot better than normally we get. That's pretty good. I ain't gonna say it ain't. Nice win, boys. I had to put the first team out there and make them win. Perfect excuse. But yeah, I like to take those teams. Like I started to do this with the Sutton United, the one that's from Birmingham. I don't think Sutton United's ever been to the Premier League. Pretty sure they haven't been. There's a list of players. Somebody made a list of teams that are in the English pyramid that are in the actual professional pyramid from Enterprise North South up, that have never been to the Premier League, and Sutton United is one of them. Last year in 24, they did a thing. I wish I was on X because I would have did it. I would have did it, and I would have fucking did it on YouTube. They had they had people take a challenge to try to get Sutton United to be where they were, and they gave away a lot of stuff. They have a hat like mine with the Sutton United thing on it, and scarves, and all kind of different shit that I didn't get because didn't know about it. But I don't use X because X is full of numbskulls and boneheads, and just one of those things I just don't want to get in. So I haven't used X in probably 10 years. I mean, I still have an account, but I just don't use it. So, but yeah, that's kind of a cool thing to do. But yeah, you go in and you take these teams that are from major places that nobody knows about, or are, and if you go and you look up a team, like for example, if I come in here and I put Sutton and hit the button. Alright, so there are 14 clubs. You have Sutton United, Sutton Coldfield, Sutton Coldfield Town, Sutton Athletic, Sutton Common River, Sutton United Birmingham, Hutton, that's not supposed to be written. So you have not 14, you have 2, 4, 6 of them. Okay? Now the Sutton United Birmingham team, according to this, And they'll show you this somewhere on here, I'm pretty sure. I'm not exactly sure where they show it on here, but they will show you the value of that team. You can actually go in and you can find there's a professional team. But there, like it would show you on this page back in 14, you would see it would say valued at $500 or whatever. But I don't know where they show it on here now. They probably don't anymore. But yeah, you could actually go in and see what a team was worth and be like, I could buy that team. You could. There are literally teams on this game in England. This is what's so crazy about how many teams are in England. There are teams in England that are worth $500. I could take my next month's paycheck that I get on the 1st or the 3rd. I could go to England. If I could find a team that wanted to be sold, I could pay them half my check and have the other half to get there. And we could have a team. It's that simple. Not every team's available. They might be, and a lot of those teams that are valued at that are low level at AFCs, amateur football club, or teams that are definitely amateur status. The fun part about amateur status teams, the hardest part about an amateur status team is having an amateur status team, because you can't sign anybody, but that means that you don't have any limitations on what you can put on your team. You can go out and get every badass player you can find to be on your team, but you can't keep them. They can elite. I've never seen that happen. It's so funny to me, because a lot of times, you'll hear, they don't do it very often, but occasionally they do. They'll have a team that's an amateur team, and you'll see them say, it's not even Luke and them, it's other guys that do it. They start in the amateur levels, and they complain, well, he just left. Yeah, well, he just left because he doesn't have a contract, so they can just go wherever they want to go. They don't have to stick around. They don't have to give you warning. They can just take off and go. And it kind of sucks. But, that shit happens. And it's one of them things where it makes it kind of interesting. Because one year you could come out and you could have a team like this, that looks like this. And you come out the next time and have a team that every single one of these is filled. But it's a low-level amateur team. You got guys down there score 65 goals against nothing. And you're like, oh, this is so great. And then the next year, you have a team that looks like mine again, going, what happened to my team? Where'd my team go? And that shit happens. And that's one of the things that sucks about being an amateur team and controlling an amateur team. But for me, it's one of the best ways to play, because you literally get to, I didn't get to build this team. Okay? I came into this team the way they are. I didn't get to build the team I'm working with. I get to build it over time, but I don't get to build it coming in. Okay? This is not my team. I didn't build it. I took it over, and I'm rebuilding it now. Going out and finding the players I need, bring them in. And that's great. I love that kind of shit. That's one of the funnest parts about this game, is the games don't even really matter. I watch the games because it brings y'all in. People aren't just going to sit here and watch you go through and do like I do offline. God damn, I could go through a season in 2 days if I did that. Well, maybe not 2 days, but I could go through it a little bit faster, because a game takes about a half an hour to play. I can get through months in a half an hour, but it's not a viewable kind of thing. People aren't going to want to come in and just hear me rambling about it, even if I'm telling them what's going on and why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it that way and all that stuff. It doesn't really matter, because the games are what bring people in to watch these. You don't see guys like the one that does the most that I've seen on Twitch, that's also a YouTuber, is Zealand. Zealand actually does a full-blown uh, league on stream, and he does it on both, which I wish I could do, but I can't right now because I don't have that ability. But he does it on both, and it's cool because you get both people who come in and watch, but it's doing the game. What the fucking hell? God, I swear they gotta fix this road soon because it sounds like someone's gonna bust through my house. Oh, Mr. Billington, you are not good. You are 21 years old. You're not even fast enough to be on my team, and you are not too short, but he's short enough. So, I love that part about it. But yeah, there's, it would be just as cool to do if I didn't have that. That's one of the things about playing in that mode is you don't get to do anything. You have no control over the team. What happens? You have to control over one thing and one thing only in a match. Now you control you more than one. You control the players that playing. You can make changes to the instructions. You can make changes to the formation. Other than that, you ain't got no control over it. Shouts do shit. Let's be honest. They're basically there for your peace of mind than anything else. Because that's exactly what they are. They are your peace of mind. Me going out and telling them to calm down does not tell them to actually calm down. It just makes me feel like I did something. If they happen to calm down, then, hey, we did something good. They don't. In generality, they don't. Ah, man, come on. Driscoll, you douche. There's another one of them guys that are all fucked up. You know what, Driscoll? Oh, Mr. Driscoll. Yo! I need to send a screenshot of that to them motherfuckers and go, hey, fix this. What the fuck? Damn school buses just fly down the street. They don't even care. All their tires ain't going in them anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It is definitely interesting. But for me, like I said, I can play. Like I played uh, a couple hours on there. I haven't played very long, but I've already got through 2 months. I'm already into September, or going into September, caught up to what we did on this, and I've only played it like 2 days. I haven't really played that much. Literally, I would sit here when I was playing before, man. I'd go through a year in about 4 hours, depending on how much I was into, it all depends on the amount of stuff you have to do in between too. If you're constantly negotiating with people or looking for new players or whatever, you can take you as much time as you need, and it might take you 2 days to go through shit like that. If I really truly wanted to go through and develop this team and was desperate to find the defenders I needed, which I will do over time, but there are people that will spend hours and hours and hours looking at players, analyzing this player and that player. I honestly go by feel. I don't go by what I look at them and I take a look at their potential. I do look at their potential stars. I look at the regular stars, and I go, okay, that's what they're telling me. Now what does my coaches tell me? And your coaches tell you different. They show you, once you've learned, those are what your coaches are telling you about that player's ability against your team. For example, okay, Mejia, not a very good player. Okay, he's only 21 years old. He's got a 1.5 star potential, and he's only a 2.5 star thing. He's not got a lot of potential. He plays defender, right, left, and center, and he is 6 foot, so he's not bad. Plays 3 positions, of all which if I need. Tackling is good. Marking is not so bad. Doesn't have a lot of stuff. He's got a little bit of speed and acceleration type. He's got decent natural fitness. Is he going to be with me for long? Hell no. Why? Because he's not that good. But he shows up as he shows up. Now, come over here to Mr. Blackmore on the other hand. Fuck it. Of course he's fucked up. Okay, So we look at Abdelatif Abukuar. Okay, he's a 3.5 star to a 4.5 or to a 5 star potential. He is 20 years old. He has good numbers in a lot of. He's got how many blue? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and a yellow here and there, and everything else is white. This kid could be a superstar. He is up front. He plays from midfield, attacking midfield, left. He can actually play up front. He's played up front. Um, 2.5 star there ain't too bad. He's best in this position here, but he's not bad in these other places, and he can play there. So if he plays there, you know, he might get better at them. He's actually played up front, so he can play up front. He can play a false nine. So, you know, the numbers that he needs there, he's not that bad. His finishes in 11, he's young. With the right amount of stuff, he's worth 300,000 to 600,000 already, and he's only 20, playing for my Loudoun team. Okay? If I keep him around and he plays all the time, he might become a superstar. He's 5'9", which kind of sucks. His personality is balanced, which is not bad. Did they say it on here? It used to tell you that too, and I don't see that very much either. See, he'd be a good, he says good player for most American major league sides, which is 2 levels above where we're at. So he got the potential to be a superstar. And potentially American Super League standard, which is fine. He could play for them, but he could be. That's the next level above us. I guess it's backwards. I did it backwards. But, you know, he could become a superstar if he gets to play a lot and practice a lot. That's where you look at it and go, well, they're saying that, and it kind of matches, but, man, this is just killing me right here. We're just, like, killing it all over the place. But I don't, you know, it is one of those things where you do not want to rely on the stars, because the stars are based on what that player is on your team only. Okay? It doesn't matter. What am I doing here? That's what I thought. Come on, baby. Y'all got to do better than this. I know you're not winning a lot, but y'all got to do better than this. And you won your last game pretty handily. So let's go. So yeah, I mean, you learn. Like, I do a lot of my stuff on field. Like I said, if I see a player and it works. You all been watching me play. I'm pretty good at judging characters and bringing in good players. I've been doing it for all these different teams I've been there. You know, so it's been pretty damn good. The players aren't necessarily the problem. It's just getting them to play the way I want them to sometimes is a problem. It happens. But, you know, it's one of those things. Fuck. Just wish my arm would stop hurting for a little while. Pull the sickie. Yep, I knew that was coming. That's twice now already. We've had two. Two today. Two today already. Twice. Come on. Now I ain't had them for fucking ever, and then all of a sudden I'm getting them all the time. Do them one day and be happy, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I literally, the fuck, that's a hell of a, it's a spider, I guess, I don't know. I don't usually bother spiders unless they bother me. And they usually don't. So, you know, there's just, I mean, there's so many fucking ways to play this game. And like, you know, I'm thinking about doing Youth to Gold in Sutton, and on the Sutton side when I get there. I want to do, I've never really done it, I usually just do what I do. Grab a team and go. I try to get younger, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going for the younger guys. Woo! Maidenhead's gotten some. Maybe Maidenhead looks like they got a little bit of speed going here now with this. Maybe we're getting there. try to rotate these guys. I need to start paying attention to what I did there, and who gets to play and who don't get to play, and all that good shit. Still got players that ain't played yet, so we're gonna do it this way. I like to try to get everybody in there and see if, and then you can, you go based on he ain't gonna get the play, so it ain't gonna matter. Okay, that's a small team, but I like small teams because then you ain't gotta worry about 50 million players, and I still got players on the other team, so we're good. I'm gonna give the guys who haven't played a chance to play. Maybe. Damn, if I don't do what I did the last time and forget, y'all distracted me. I blame it on you guys. I blame it on the ability to want to talk your all's ears off. Quit telling me about the damn. I downloaded the Excel app, an app to read Excel files. And goddamn, every day they don't tell me you can read all the Excel files you want to read. I'm like, yeah, kind of know that. I've even told it not to bring me that damn thing, and it still does it. So, yeah, I mean, trying to distract myself from my arm falling off, but it is working a little bit. But man, it's just such a. I need more coffee is what I need. So tomorrow at 2:30, I'll be out there torturing my arm again. We're gonna put heat on it. This is what they do: put heat on it, and then we do the exercises and whatever. And then that new one, he had me go over and stand in the corner with my arms like this on the wall, and then kind of right, just doing this, holding my arms like this, and tilting my head like that, just pulls all through that back part back there. Such a fucking great feeling. She was talking to me about like it was funny too because I know she's not normal. I don't think she's one of the normal people to do. She's just like an intake nurse. And she was trying to tell me, it's like when they took you and had you come in for your, when they had you come in and do your cardio exercises when you were, when you had your problem with your heart. And I says, yeah, but they didn't work either. And I came in, we're playing Salford. I said, I came in and did them, but they didn't help. They did nothing for me. It's like I told her, I said, you can't expect you to go into a exercise when like for example for this movement, any kind of movement fucks me up. I get what they're wanting to do. They say that it's tight and it needs to be loosened up. I get that. But what I don't, god damn man, we ain't gone 10 minutes yet and you give up a damn goal like that. What the fuck, fellas? Come on. Lord have fucking mercy. Either contain the ball or get the I need defense. Hey, he didn't even try, and he's out of position. So of course we're not going to score a goal, or they're going to give up the goal. Good job, boys. Way to go. Way to give up a goal. Woohoo! We're on a roll now. So I explained it to him. I get the fact you want me to move, but that makes it hurt. And no, there ain't no pain, no gain bullshit. I said it's not. I keep trying to tell him, you do this. It'll be the third time tomorrow. Yeah, I know it's not, but I do the exercises or try to do the exercises every day that I can. Can't do them all because it hurts, and I'm not going to be in pain. You know what I mean? Makes no sense, but they supposedly know better. And like with the heat, I told him, I said, this is awesome on my neck. I said, what am I going to do about right about where the back of your ribs are, where your diaphragm would be on your back? I'm sitting like that, getting all toasted up to loosen up my neck, and it's making my lower back hurt. Thinking, this is fucking awesome, man. We're just getting all the things that are not supposed to happen. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna drift. We was talking about it the other day. We walked by. I went to the store. a couple days ago. I got this other stuff. I needed to get some food. My dad was not able to take me to the store, so I needed some food to eat on. So we went up and we were walking past the funeral home. We walked by, and one of the people, one of my, not friends, but one of my acquaintances for most of my young adult life and stuff, because he was a referee in our men's basketball league. I was fucked up when our men's basketball league passed away. I'm like, man, I said, my son's like, well, we're just going to give you a Viking send-off. We're going to put you on a boat and foot. I said, no, you're not. I said, now you're going to find my ass. When it's time for me to go, I'm walking off into the woods somewhere and just going to go. They'll never find me. I will disappear. Because there's no, I mean, it's just, it's being a witch kind of thing, you know, it's just one of those things that's what I think I'll do. I don't know, I don't care. I just tell them I want y'all to have an Irish wake. Y'all party. There's no going to be no crying and bullshit. Y'all have a party. And I'll be there in spirit. Y'all better be having a party, because if you don't, I'll haunt you for the rest of your lives just for the fun of it. Keep watching this. There used to be a show called this Destination Fear. It was a TV show. Young group of a brother and sister. The girl, the sister's husband, I think, and some 2 other friends are part of the group, and they go and they do all these things, but they crack me. All these people that are on these shows crack me up. They put out the equipment. They put out the you know, they put out the different equipment. You know, wanting to get responses, and then when they get responses, they get they scream and holler like they fucking gonna die, and it just cracks me up. And I'm like, oh my God, people, it's not that big a deal. I did it last time I went ghost hunting. I did it in my damn chair, sitting right over there, laying on my bed, watching them little, like the I have a, yeah, Umara. Got us back in the game, boy. Nice job, Mr. Umara. They have those SLR cameras, which are technology basically that came from video games. So that was sweet. What a play by Umara. He went and took it down on his chest with the guy in his face and kicked the ball around him right over top of the goalkeeper. Damn, that's playing right there. That's a player shooting a goal that he's confident he can do. I need to get some people that can be confident with him, because I need more of that shit. But they make these little cameras now that are based off of the like the PlayStation motion detecting software. When they first started making them for any of them, didn't matter which one it was. When they first started making those, you would get all kind of weird things showing up behind you. You would be doing the motion capture like for the Wii and that kind of shit, and things started popping up in the pictures, and people were going, "What the fuck is this?" And then they started figuring out that does not only pick up stuff from the game, it picks up stuff from the vicinity. So if you ever see somebody using the SLR camera, they'll show you. Usually they'll show you them, and it's a stick figure. Looking, it's a stick figure that'll move like you. And then you will like point it at something or into an area, and one of those things shows up, and there's nobody there. You know that that's a spirit of some kind. So I'm sitting here, and I had a different kind of chair, but it's in the same spot, like over a little bit. My bed's over here, and I've got like nothing out there right now. I got a coat and stuff out there hanging because I moved everything around to put this thing in, and I haven't put it back. Yeah, I'm lazy. Bite me. But I was putting it over there, and something showed up. And I'm like, this is really cool. I know there's something in my house. I'm not going to sit there and say there's not, because I know there is. Too many weird things happen in this house, and the girl who used to live here lives 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 houses down. Oh, good over half a block down from where I live right now. She used to live here as a kid, and they used to have stuff happen in this house. So, you know, I've had things where I walked past the washing machine with the washing machine open to go over and get my clothes out of the dryer, open the door to the dryer, pull my shit out of the dryer, turn around, and literally things closed. Didn't hear sound. And you all know as much as I do that when you close a lid on a dryer or on a washing machine, 99% of the time it makes a little bit of a noise, and this didn't. And I know it was up because I know. I'm like, okay, thanks for closing the washer thing for me. No big deal. But I was doing that, and I have the videos on one of my phones. I'm thinking it's on this phone I got now, but I can't remember which one it's on. But it was actually something showed up over there. And then I had a chair sitting right here, which was like 3 feet from my bed. And I kind of swept it across, and on the edge of the chair there was something standing there, and I'm like, this is fucking cool. It doesn't bother me. When you are what you are and you do what you do, you don't worry about that kind of shit. I don't get scared. People always talk about, ooh, the demons are coming. The demons ain't no fucking demons. 99.9999999% of the things that people see in a house, including the so-called demon houses, are not demons. They are angry, evil people. Okay, they're not demons. Nobody. People just don't understand what happens when demons are around. Demons are not a joke. They don't just come and hang out in the house to fucking scare people. They have a purpose. They have a reason. They don't just come to hang out. Okay, a demon's not going to come and invade this house. Even if I invited one in, they're not going to come here and stay here and try to kill people or try to take over people's bodies. That's not how they work. But everything in the fucking haunted house that is not, that gives you a bad feeling, everybody says, demon! Oh my god, it's a demon! And the biggest problem because of that is people like Zach Baggins and the idiots from back in the day. They all screamed, and everybody took them for it because they were the only ones that were around that were doing this thing, and they were frauds. They were bona fide frauds. You can look at them. If you look at, I can't even think of their name right now, but if you look at the two people that were Ed and Lorraine Warren, if you look at the Warrens, if you look at a picture of them, she looks like an evil witch, and he looks like a huckster. They just look like they're fucking two people out of a movie where they were scam artists, and you can look at them and see that. And if you don't look at them and see that, that's why people believe in them and let them get away with the shit they got away with. But they did more to hurt paranormal stuff than they ever did to try to help it, because they were just that. They were trash. They were pieces of shit that exploited things. And they will sit there and they'll tell you, we did this because we could. We did this because of this. We did this because of that. How come I only have one guy left? I don't know. I didn't know. Okay, I guess I only had... Oh, we only get the 3 subs this time. Oh, that sucks. For some reason we only get 3 subs in this. I'm not sure why. This must be a tournament game or something. But yeah, they were frauds. They made the Amityville. They made the whole thing about Amityville. It was all a hoax. They made up everything. They did it because they knew they could sell books. They're supposed to be the ones that investigated the Conjuring house. Well, if you listen to the people who live there and who owned the place that people have done interviews with, they weren't invited. The Warrens just showed up. None of the stuff that was talked about in the movies and all that shit ever happened there. If you want the real story, go look up the stuff that the guys from TAPS did, or the stories that are on there from people like them who actually went and talked to the people who lived there. That shit was all done for movies, and that's all they did that for, was to make money. And they admitted it on TV shows. It was like, I think it was one of those daytime talk shows back in the day when the Amityville thing was coming out. I don't remember who it was right now, but they admitted it, that it was all it was all made bigger than it was supposed to be, so that they could sell books and make movies. The stuff that actually happened to those people happened to them, but not to any extent that what they said it did. They were full of shit. And they have the Annabelle doll, supposedly, and the doll they have in there that now it's kind of funny because if you're a Matt Rife fan, Matt Rife does this. He does this show with used to be a couple of his buddies. There you go. I thought he was gonna get it. But one of the buddies was a nut, and they ended up leaving. And him and his partner, that they do these ghost hunts with now have bought the Ed and Lorraine Warren Museum. They own the property, and they've done some stuff in there. And I won't say that they don't have stuff, and I won't say that the stuff they have isn't real, but they didn't exploit the stuff that's in. Well, they did the Annabelle doll, but other than that, most of the stuff that's in their house, they didn't exploit to try to make money from. Not like they did everything else, which is cool. But there are so many. Like the worst is Zach Baggins. Zach Baggins is a douchebag. He's a total fucking douchebag. If I ever met him, I'd punch him square in his head because he's a fraud. He does everything. My daughter met him. He's very talented. She was working as the culinary professional at Olive Garden in Mansfield, where she lives. And in Mansfield, there are quite a few places that are haunted. You've got the Reformatory, one of the most haunted places in the country. You've got the Bisman Building, which is where they did the hotel scenes for, the Bisman Building and the Reformatory. Now here we go, losing again, are where they did the Shawshank Redemption. And I've been to the Bisman Building. I've been through it at night on a ghost walk, and it is a frightening place. I've been to the Reformatory. Only the thing about the Reformatory was we were there for the haunted house that they have, and it gives off some vibes, and I've never been able to go and explore like I want to. Someday I will. You can do it. They have overnights there that if you stay for the whole night, you get your money back. They do some weird shit there. And my friends that run the haunt that I worked at in Mansfield are friends with the people who run the haunt at there, and I'm sure if I wanted to get a time in there, I could probably get it. But, it kills me because these people go, oh, come on, now there you go. That should be a red fucking card, man. That should be a damn red card. You can't let him do that shit, man. He had a wide open. It was going to be one-on-one versus the goalkeeper, and you let him get away with that shit again. God damn it, do this right. Come on, ref. But, I get into paranormal, and whether you believe in ghosts or not, that's up to you. Whether you believe in demons or not, that's up to you. But one of the things that crack me up is, for example, these guys are over at they were at the old Ram's Inn in England. It's one of the most haunted places in the entire world. There are not very many places that are more haunted than the Ram's Inn. And what makes it so haunted is it was built over places. There were pagan cemeteries there. Okay, they were built over pagan cemeteries. They found bodies under there, and they found all this different stuff, and they never removed them. They never made it clean. And of course, what do? Jesus, please protect us. Jesus, please. They're going, are you nuts? I mean, it kills me because a lot of people, and this is the sad part about religion. Okay, a lot of people believe that their religion is the only religion and no other religions exist. I got news for you. You're wrong. I can prove it. I can prove it to you. You want to find out how wrong you are? Let's go out. You come visit me and we'll go places and I'll show you things there ain't no Christian God going to save you from. Okay? It's just not going to happen. And in the end, every God is the same God. They're all one. There's only one God. But everybody has a different view of what that God is because that's what they're raised at and that's how they feel they have to be. But in the end, they're all just one. But the nice thing about it is when you're a witch or you're pagan, you don't look at life like that. And these people are going in there trying to get this to they want Jesus to come in and save them. And I'm thinking you're battling forces that have they don't recognize your God. There are pantheons of different demons, and every different religion has a different set of demons. Christian demons versus pagan demons versus Muslim demons. They're all different. They are. And when you go to a place, you can't assume that your religion is the religion. No, we're out of the FA Cup. I had a feeling that was a bad thing. Well, they're going to be unhappy about that. Can't believe we lost to them 2-1. Fuck! Fellas! We lost in the FA Cup. We didn't even get out of the second qualifying round. We are in 7th again. We're only 7 points out of first. on even teal. So we gotta stay in the playoffs. If we stay in the playoffs, I'm a happy camper. If we stay in the playoffs, I'm a happy camper. But we got a long way to go. We've only played so many games. We ain't even close. But yeah, it cracks me up watching those shows sometimes because dust. Everything is dust. Every dust is a spirit, and that's one of the ones that crack me up the most because uh, people are like, oh, it's a spirit. It's a spirit. They're showing themselves. They don't take into account how much actual energy it would cost a spirit to actually produce an orb to actually be none. They just don't get it. And I'm sitting there going, okay, yeah, that's sure, that's what it is. 99.9% of the things you see on TV that people call ghosts that are orbs are insects, dust, light anomalies. People say, well, I saw it with my own eyes. I'm thinking, okay, if you saw it with your own eyes, that's fine. You still could be any of those things because your eye, if you ever, when you look at a rainbow and you see a rainbow, there's a chance that you might be the only one who sees that rainbow because it takes a specific set of conditions for you to see that rainbow. You have to be at like 42%. You have that angle of the different angles and the different things. Not everybody sees the same rainbow. People don't know that either. Not everybody sees the same rainbow because if I'm standing beside you, the rainbow you're seeing is different than the rainbow I'm seeing because it's the angle of what your eyes and everything, and it is. But he'd be a nice player. DC 5'11". Be a nice player, just too short. Sorry, dude. And you're five. You're not gonna happen. So the world. You have to you have to learn to look at the world from every angle instead of looking at it from one angle. Your angle is not necessarily the right angle. That's what we suffer so much for in this year, in this modern day, is one of the best things that ever happened to the world is the internet. One of the worst things that ever happened to the world is the internet because it gave crackpot maniacs a position to be able to be heard when in the past they might have been heard by two or three of their friends and that'd have been about it. Now they can go online, they can go on TikTok or YouTube or anywhere like that and they can be heard by everybody. And instead of the nutcase in Caddis where I live and the nutcase in London where other people live who think alike actually being able to be found each other and combine with themselves and be part of a group. In the old days, you didn't have that. Now you do. And that's what the problem is. Too many people think that their ideas and their ability and their thing is the only one that matters. And that's why our government and our politics are the way they are. This side believes this thing, this side believes this thing, and nobody pays attention to what the real actual outcome is and what's really going on. They all think, and it's ridiculous, but that's the way it goes. And you're always going to have that. You should always have that because that way people think. But when you get too many people that have that issue, then that's a problem. And that's what we go through everywhere. People talk about systemic racism in America. It doesn't exist. It only exists in the minds of the people who want it to exist. Because if they don't have it exist, they can't get their agenda done, and their arguments are gone. I grew up in a town that's 50% white, 50% black. I have more black friends and family members that are actual feel like family members in this town than I don't. And there's nothing different between me and my stepson or my son-in-law who is black or my grandson who is half. They're no different. They're people. We all bleed the same. There's no difference between a pagan and a Muslim and a Catholic except for their belief system. We all are the same. We all die. We all live. We all die. We all go to hell or heaven or wherever you believe you go. But we're all the same. There's no difference. There should never be a difference. There's a lot of problems right now for the LGBTQ community because until 2 years ago, there were issues, but they weren't as prominent as they are now because they didn't get politicized. But the Democrats in America decided we're going to make this a priority. We're going to make these problems out there so we can try to bring people in who think like us and try to do stuff with it without looking at the consequences of what's going to happen to those people. Okay? I don't care if you're trans. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're fucking think you're a dog. I don't care if you think you're a horse. If it comes down to where you want me, if you're my friend and you want me to call you a horse or treat you like a horse, I'll treat you like a damn horse. If you want me to call you he and you're a she, or she and you're a he, I'll do that. But you don't have the right to tell me I have to. And that's where a lot of the problems come in. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, you don't. Nobody has the right to tell anybody anything else. I don't have the right to tell you guys that my religion is more important or better than yours. I don't have the right to tell you that my way of living, my sexuality is better than yours. I don't. And each of us live our own lives the way we live our lives. Okay? That's one of the big things about being that people don't understand about when you're pagan or a witch or whatever you want to call yourself. They don't understand that we don't judge people. I don't judge people on what they choose to do. You can live your life anyway. If you're a fucking criminal and you're a pedophile, I'm going to judge you. Touch my child or one of my grandkids, you're going to be judged real completely. Trust me on that. But when it comes to if you want to be, I've met a few, trans people. I've met a few, and honestly, the first two people I ever met, I had no idea, and would have never known had they not told me. I wouldn't have, because they were the probably two of the most beautiful women I ever met in my life, and I was like, what? There's no way, because they had done the things they wanted to do to themselves, but they were adults. That's the other thing. It's great. You can do all that, anything you want to when you're an adult, but when you're not an adult, you don't have the right to tell me how to raise my children or to tell me my children can do. I'm sorry, that does not work, and that's part of the problem. But it wasn't like that before it was politicized. There were problems, but they weren't front and center every day being used as a political tool, and that's the problem. That's where the problems come in, because people who, I've been in love with lesbians. I've been in love with. I've got some very good gay friends. I worked with a couple guys that were just blatantly, outrageously gay, and they had no problem doing it. And they hit on me every single day, and I blew it off because one, that's not my lifestyle. I chose not to be, not even interested really. But it was cool because they were just treating people like normal people, and it was awesome. But we've gotten so the things that have happened since 2020, actually 2016, have just turned the world upside down because a minority of people did stuff and got away with it that they shouldn't have, and it caused everybody else a problem. Now that's not cool. Like I said, if you can live your life any way you want to, and if everybody asks me about what like being a witch, or they want questions or anything, they can ask me, and I have no problem telling them. But I'm not going to sit there and tell you this is what you should do. I would never tell you that you should believe this, that, or the other, because you don't. That's not my business to tell you that. I actually was talking to a friend or somebody I was talking to on an app the other day, and I said that. Then I was telling, we were talking about different things, and I said, well, one thing that I tell people up front is that I'm a witch, and they're like, oh, so you could probably put a spell on me to make me fall in love with you. And I said, no, wouldn't happen. Ain't gonna happen, because it don't. Because that's one thing that is against the rules. There are witches out there that'll do it, but it's not frowned upon. It's just not done. If you are a good person and a normal person and a good witch that doesn't have stupid intentions, you don't do it, because the one thing you never do is mess with someone's free will. I've been asked to do charms for people to help them feel better about themselves, do healing charms and stuff like that, and that's no problem. But when I actually one time met somebody asked me, could you do this for me? I've been in love with this person for years, and I said no, because what would happen to that person and you would not be what you want, because you would not end up with that person You would never know if that person actually loved you because of you or because of the spell. And once it's done, it's very, very, very difficult to undo. So that person might actually, you two might be the most toxic couple in the world and should never be together. But because of that spell, that person would be in love with you for the rest of their lives, and they would do whatever they needed to do to be with you. And that's not a good thing. No matter how much you think it is, it's not a good thing. Trust me. I've been in relationships where it felt like that, and it's not a good thing. Hell, the one almost killed me because of the way it was. I was so fucked up and depressed. And it was all because I got to a dark place and couldn't get out until I got out. So, it's just weird how this world is anymore. People are always saying, oh, we need to make the world better. There's a real easy way to make the world better. Stop fucking with everybody else. If you don't like something somebody's got to say, or you don't like something somebody is doing, and it's not hurting you, fuck off. It's that simple. Just fuck off. Unless it like I always tell everybody. People say, well, what do people say to you when you tell them you're a witch? I said they either act normal, they ask questions, or they act like I'm evil. I said, but to tell you the truth, there's only a couple people that matter in my life that depend on what I tell them and what they believe, and that's my family, my kids, and my goddess. That's it. Nobody else. I don't care. I don't have a reason to care because you don't have an influence on my life. I recently lost some friends over stupidity, but hey, that's their choice. They made that choice because they decided that they didn't like what was said, and they were over it. They got over it, and they turned years of friendship into nothing like that, which is fine. I have no problem with that because honestly, it freed me up to be able to do things that I wanted to do that I wasn't able to do in that situation, and it's not that big a deal. It didn't hurt anything. It didn't change anything. It changed things, but it didn't change anything for a bad thing. It just made things different, and it's what it is. You go through life the way you need to go through life, and you do the things you need to do, and you do them when you do it. And the good part is the ones that are still sticking around are the ones that you. It's like anything else. You meet people, and you like what you see about that person, and as you get to know that person, and you watch that person do things, it changes your initial reaction. And then you get to a point where you start to see things that this happens and what should have happened doesn't happen, and then you sit there and go, what the hell is this? This is supposed to, you talk about one thing one way, you do one thing this way, but then you totally do something else on the other hand. And then when you point that out to them, they get pissy. Okay, get pissy. I have enough friends. I don't worry about friends. Probably I've got 680 people who are somewhere in that range that are not subscribed, but are followed by me, or I follow. That's a lot of damn people. That's almost as many people as I know in the hometown I live in. Do I talk to them all the time? Nope. Do I see them every day? Nope. Do I go on their streams every day? No. Mine is I got a reason why I don't go to people's streams all the time because I just can't do it, and it sucks. Because I wish that when I first got started, if you knew me when I first got started, I was in everybody's streams all the damn time. Oh, come on, man. What's up, Liam? Liam. But when you go through something like I did, where you were forced to change your your game plan, because I wasn't just made. I didn't have a choice in the matter. I had to change the way I did things. My arm made it impossible for me to do the things I wanted to do because one, I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I couldn't go out and stream on a daily basis. And I wouldn't say it was depression, but when I couldn't do what I wanted to do, I couldn't do what other people needed me to do to be there for them. I couldn't be What the fuck is this? Why is he? Wait. What the hell? I am so confused here. Why are these two like? Okay, so where did they go here? Oh, that's what happened. They ain't supposed to be on this side. What? Oh yeah. The hell was that? That wasn't supposed to be like. I don't know what the hell's going on there. I must have made a change and didn't realize I did it. But you know, it comes down to when you get yourself in a position where you're doing things that you feel you have to do. It's different than doing things you want to do. When I first started out, I wanted to be there. I wanted to be every place I could be all the time. I would have my computer running with 5 windows open in 5 different streams, and I'd be sitting here all the time doing it. But that became weird because that was all I was doing. I wouldn't go and do stuff, I wouldn't go play with the babies or do what I wanted to do there. And when I ended up taking 18 months off because of my arm, I kind of realized, wait a minute, this is cool. But then you try to jump back in and you get in with a group of people that you trust or you thought you trusted and you thought was awesome and things were good, then things became exactly what you were told was not going to happen, and it happened anyway. And you sit back and go, okay. And now I don't have that same thing. People come in like Mr. Animal and Mr. Panda and Miss Whip. Y'all come in, y'all subscribe to me, and you guys come in whenever you can. And I apologize for not being in your streams, which is going to change. I'm working on it. That's all I can say. I try to get to as many as I can. Sometimes I just don't feel like it. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. And it's just one of those things, and it sucks because that was the whole. People were like, "Oh, what do you do?" I tell them my stream, and they're like, "Oh, you make any money yet?" And I'm like, "That wasn't the point. I didn't get in this to make money. I got in this to try to find a way to help others by raising money for charities, which I do. Um, it ain't a lot. I don't have that kind of following. And being that I am disabled, I don't get to do, I love y'all to death, and y'all understand. I know y'all understand, but this is the thing that bothers me about it the most, and why I don't do it all the time, and why you hardly ever hear me asking for anything in the chat, and when I'm streaming, I don't ask for subscriptions. I don't ask for bits. I've got ways to get involved in the game if you want with bits, and if you are kind and awesome enough to subscribe to me, I love you to death forever. You will always be one of my favorite people in the world because I know what it's like to do that. I know what it's like to not be able to do that because I can't. I just don't have the money or the ability to do that because I don't make enough money at this to do that. And I don't make enough money being disabled to be able to afford to do it if I wanted to. So that's part of the problem. That's one of the reasons why I don't ask for it. But like I said, for me, if someone who comes in and we're doing, like right now, we're doing the American Heart Association. This last month, and I'll keep it on because this is the one that's the most near and dear to my heart because literally they're near and dear to my heart because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be here right now. And I raise money for them as often as I can. I think I've probably raised in the last 5 years, I've probably raised a couple $100. Don't sound like a lot. A quarter is a lot of money when it comes to raising money for charities because you never know when that quarter will be the quarter that makes the money or makes the amount that is spent. If you donate a quarter today, that quarter could go into a project that finds a way to cure heart disease permanently. And it was your quarter that was the top that took it over the top for the money they needed. To me, that's just like Jesus God. That if you think about that for a minute, that's crazy. Because and people don't get it. A penny. This is a perfect example. Anytime I go to a store, if I have change and there's a change box there, I'll put the change in it. What's 65 cents out of a dollar going to hurt me down the road? Will it be a problem? Probably. There might be something I might have needed that for, but you know what? If it's for the Ronald McDonald's house or something that's raising money for the St. Jude's or something like that. Those kids and what those charities provide for those kids and those families is way fucking more important than that 65 cents I could have spent towards getting a soda. That's just me. A lot of people don't think that. That's why I offer, a lot of people don't want to just give donations. They don't want to just go to somebody and go, oh, let me just donate this. They want something for it, which is understandable. I get it. That's why I offer t-shirts. And you want something for a charity to show that you actually participated other than my thanks and the people's thanks for doing it. I have t-shirts you can buy on my thing, and everything that goes into those t-shirts, every profit that's made for them, and most of them are about $7.50 to $8. It's nearly impossible to get anything less than that, and to not be at least $20 a shirt, because it just costs that much to get them made. If I had the ability to buy those shirts, like go to the dollar store and buy $5 shirts, and had a printing machine that I could print them, and I could print them and I could sell them for $15 and make a profit from it, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Because it's more important that money goes to them than it isn't. But when it's $8, you might end up giving something to the American Heart Association, and that $8 might go to help fund it might go to help pay for a heart transplant or a heart, like I have, a defibrillator. Because honestly, without the defibrillator, I wouldn't be here. I would not be able to do this because it is just so tiring what I have. And that $8, whoever helped them figure this out, I love you to death, because if it wasn't for y'all donating to the cause, then, my life would have probably been a lot different than it is. So I try to give, I didn't watch, but I was there while my cousin, a 13-year-old, an 8-year-old to 13-year-old boy, went through living hell because of osteocarcinoma that actually ended up taking his life. He had all the way out the entrance, and I couldn't do anything to change it. I couldn't give it the time, but that's why I started this, and I've raised money for childhood cancer. So I don't care. I do like to make the extra money. Don't get me wrong. Having that extra $50 or whatever it is that I can squander up over a couple months through the ads and stuff that I do on my channel is great. Trust me, it's great, because that's when you're on disability, you get one payment a month. Once that money's gone, there ain't no going, oh well, let me and you can rob Peter to pay Paul, but eventually Peter and Paul are going to be both past due, and you're going to sit there and go, what do I do now? And it sucks, but that's the way life is. So that extra money that comes in every once in a while is awesome, but I'd rather do it the way I do it than to sit there and be, oh, can you please donate? Can you please give me, please subscribe to me, please, I need it so bad. And I've actually heard people do that. I saw a woman, I don't even know how I got it. It was one of these that came up in the thing, and I clicked on it because she was kind of cute, doing a just streaming thing, and I lasted there about 3 minutes, because the entire time that I was there, and this woman had like 7,000 subscribers, so one more subscriber wasn't going to kill her not to have it. This dude in the chat was saying, I'd love to subscribe, but I don't have any money. I work 2 jobs and I'm struggling as it is. And every time he'd say something, she'd be like, oh, but you want to subscribe to me, and isn't it okay to not buy that cup of coffee and just subscribe to me? I'm sitting there going, I wanted to reach through the camera and bitch slap the woman and go, what is wrong with you? Are you that desperate to steal this man's hard-earned money that you're going to beg him and shame him because he can't? It shows up to your stream. Shut up and be happy. But there are so many people that don't do that. And it's stupid, and I hate when I see them doing that, and that's why one of the reasons why I never want to be seen doing that. I don't want to be seen, a subathon every once in a while, I'll put up subathon, and it works okay sometimes, and sometimes it don't. I think the most subs I ever got in 1 month was like 20, and that was only because a friend of mine came in on like the last day and gave 9 or 10, 11. He gave 11 gifted subs to take me up to 20, because I'd never been there before, and it was awesome. It was a great payout that month. I had about $95 in payout that month because of that, and I was like, this is awesome. But I don't do it because it's just not me. I'm just not gonna sit there and sound like I'm begging for y'all to help me out when y'all have as many problems or more than I do. That's the thing. I'm not asking people to donate if they can't. I don't want you to donate if you can't. I don't want you to buy subs if you can't. It is not important enough to me to make me be, that important that I think that I should take your money just because I can ask you for it. You want to donate? I do take donations. I am in the process of trying to upgrade a lot of stuff. I still need a better computer and I still need a PS5 because my PS4 is pretty much trash. But and I can't just go out and next month go, oh look, I'm gonna get a computer because I got the I can't. I just can't do it. And any donations and money that I make on those things go to that. But I'd rather earn the money the way I do. One day I might get to that point where I got more people coming in and donating and doing that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to beg for it. I'm not going to bother you for it, and I'm not going to ask you for it. If you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. Again, Miss Panda and Mr. Animal. I don't know why I say it that way. Mr. Animal, I appreciate you guys subscribing today, and I know the other day that you did too, Miss Vonna, and I appreciate that too. You guys are awesome. Um, Someday it's going to get better. One of these days I'm going to be able to participate in all those things that y'all do. Like playing with Marvel with Vana or any game that y'all, as long as it's not, I mean, I know Marvel is more like a shooter than anything else, but I would play those games if I could, but I can't. I just don't have the gaming power, you know. And it would be better. I mean, the only thing that we did that was outrageously hilarious and fun was when y'all hosted that karaoke day, which I'm hoping we will someday do again. I want to get embarrassed. I want to embarrass myself in front of a live audience. Yeah, baby. That little bastard. He got down in that damn. I hate when that happens. I got a nail that didn't come out completely. That's stuck in the damn skin there. Now it's gonna bug the shit out of me until I get it. But yeah, we're having gyros tonight, baby. I got a whole fresh pack out there. There's like 6 of them. And you think I won't eat all 6 of them? I'll have all 6 of them gone before tomorrow noon. Because I'll eat 2 for dinner. And then I'll eat, which I'll do after I'm done with this. I'll eat 2 for dinner. And then before the night's over, I'll go, damn, them are good. And I'll eat another one, which will leave 3 for lunch and tomorrow. Maybe. If I stay up too late, I'll get hungry again in the middle of the night and I'll go, oh, yeah, let's have this again. Like a winner to me. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you sit back and go, this world is amazing, but there's also so much that is so wrong. But hey, it is what it is. You know. One day, the aliens are going to come and take us all away. Turn us all into cattle. We will be their slaves. We're going to go to Zarcion 5 and they're going to turn us into slaves. They're going to come get us. They're going to come get all us ugly people because we're better looking than their people. And they're going to come get us and turn us into love slaves because they're dying. Their civilization is dying and we are compatible enough with them that we can help them regrow their civilization. Hey, it could happen. It could happen. It really could. It truly, really could. The lizard people of Lothar Narn. They're gonna come take over the world, disguise themselves as humans, because we're so great. I remember, I like watching Neil deGrasse Tyson. His Star Talk shows are pretty good when they keep it about normal stuff and don't talk about the political stuff. And you learn a lot of stuff. If you want to learn a lot about the universe and about the way physics work and that kind of stuff, watch his show because his shows are great. They talk about some really great shit. And they brought up. It was right after they put out the Tic Tac videos a couple years ago, the aliens that the government released, and they were. He has. I can't remember. Chuck Nice is his co-host 90% of the time. great. He's funny as hell, and they have a great time. And they were talking about it, and Chuck said something about aliens, and Neil deGrasse Tyson said, they probably been here. They just looked at all of our issues we have on this world and go, quarantine zone, the crazy people live here, or something like that. And I'm sitting there going, that was good. That was actually made sense too, because it's probably true. I don't know. I believe in aliens. To think that we're the only planet in the entire universe that have well, if you call it intelligent life. That was like he was saying, you know, maybe aliens interact like with us, like we would interact with ants. Okay, ants communicate with each other. They have a whole language that they can use. They talk about to each other. They can do some amazing shit that we can't do. And it's funny because you can't stand there and have a conversation with an ant. I mean, we have conversation. I have a conversation with my cats all the time because we've been together for 9 years on Friday. And a little over 9 years with Mama, and we actually, I can look at them and they know what's going on with me and I know what's going on with them, and it's like being able to communicate. But you can't sit there and come across an ant colony and have a conversation with ants like you would with another person. You can't have it with chimpanzees. You can't have it with dolphins. And those are some of the things that are closest to us as intelligence. It's kind of the same way with aliens. Aliens could come in here and they look at us as we would look at insects. How do we know they can't? It's not that way. We don't. Because, we assume, like the intelligent people that we are, that they are like us in that, or they are like us, our intelligence is as great as theirs. But I hate to tell you it's not, because you know why? We've been stuck on this planet for millions of years, and we're still stuck on this planet. We can't even go to Mars and back. Yeah, it's like somebody was talking about that. I think it was a short that he did. Like he said, a trip to Mars is a one-way trip. You don't come back. You go to Mars, you're not coming back, because by the time you get to Mars and the time you come home, your body is going to change so much because of the gravitational differences that you wouldn't be able to survive on Earth. You wouldn't be able to breathe right. Your muscles wouldn't work the way they're supposed to. None of that stuff would work. And that's just the way life is. You can't change that. There's nothing you can do. Well, I mean, you can try. If you can create the gravitational area like Earth while you're there the whole time, that would be fun. Can't do that though. We don't have that ability right now. When you go, like, you go, and the way time is done, there's just so many things that are like weird. You can go to the place, we have satellites. Everything done now is on satellite. You do your phone calls and everything on satellite. And it used to be where you called on a landline and it was directly to that person and it would be what it is. But now you have it where you're calling even faster than that and more direct than that. But those satellites in your phones have to be synchronized differently because they go faster than we go here. And your time speeds up, or I think it speeds up as you go further away from the thing. So when someone goes up to the space station, when they come back, they're not the same as they were when they left. Oh, here we go. Here comes the tie. Get it to him in the middle. Oh my God! If you just would have gave the fucking pass up, dude. Come on, Mr. Stingy. Jesus God Almighty! It would have been 1-1. The hell was that? That was a terrible play. That was even better. Oh, he's offside. There's no way he's offside. There's just no way he was onside. That's what I'm talking about right there. Dude was so far offside, I could have drove a truck between him and the guy he was defending him, and they didn't call it. That's terrible. Plain and simple terrible. I don't know. One day we'll figure it all out. You know, the World Cup will probably be this age of this generation or this society will be ending when we know everything. We'll either move on to the next generation or it'll start all over again because we're not. They actually say they have proof that we're not the first civilization of this level. There were actually civilizations here before that were even possibly more intelligent than what we are. And there's things that are unexplainable, how they happen, that actually exist. Don't tell me to play for set pieces. Just give me a fucking goal, man. Oh my God, it's wide open and you missed it! There it is! Who is it? Who is it? Umara. Umira. Umara. 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 Hey, goalkeeper mistake, man. You can't go out there and do that without getting it. If you're going to do that, you're done. How he didn't get that to go before. And then the rest of them, man, how do y'all let that just bounce out? You had it clearable. All you had to do was control it for a second, turn around and kick it out. Instead, he tried to fuck around with it. Way to get there, Mr. Umarov. Congratulations, baby. Now give me another one just to teach these fools a lesson. We got to beat Eastleigh. Eastbourne Borough. Come on, fellas, you can do this. We don't want another tie. I don't want another tie. I don't want another tie. I don't want another tie. I'm wanting an ambitious win. God damn it. I don't know what I gotta do to get these guys to win, man. I don't. So we got a loss, a win, a loss, and a tie, as it stands right now. Or is it 2 losses? How is that all the further you hit that with that header? That ball went less than 10 yards on a header to try to clear it. What the hell are y'all doing? How the hell do you do that? That was just a stupid play. First of all, the dude that was in there that should have been paying attention was not. For one. No, don't. Now you go. There it is. Yeah. Njoku finally scores a damn goal. Brandon Njoku, when he's not playing for the Cleveland Browns at tight end. Hell yeah. There you go, fellas. Way to play. Now you're actually playing like a team again. Let's go. You should be doing this every game. It should not be this hard. Y'all are making it so much harder than it is. You should be in the top 10. You should be in the top 5 easily. There's no way you shouldn't be, but I can guarantee you this. I'm going to find me some defenders here soon. That's going to be my mission. They're playing a 5-2-3. I don't know. 5-2-3 is kind of... You really got to have good wingbacks to play that. Because your wingbacks are going everywhere. They're playing up. First of all, they're playing off the back line anyway. And, Jesus Christ, dude fell down. What the fuck? You got tripped. And they didn't call it. Of course they didn't call nothing. Why would they? Think about it. In the 5-2-3, you've got 3 defenders. You got 3 central midfielders or central defenders. You got 3 of them. Plus you got 2 wingbacks that play up. Wingbacks don't just play there; they go forward. Then they got to come all the way back to play in the defensive position. They better be some healthy ass motherfuckers, or they're not going to do well. That's what I don't understand. We just don't clear the ball away. Come on, fellas, clear the freaking ball. What I don't understand is how I haven't had a Loudoun. I've had like 1 Loudoun game today, something like that. Or they just all blurred together and I don't pay attention. I don't know. I've been rambling too much, as usual. Of course, give him a card. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? No penalty? Ooh. Well, we've had 14, they've had 15, so we're right about where we need to be. Just hold on, fellas. You got 7 minutes to hold on to this fucking lead. Let's go. You can do this. We play at home. We get a win at home. I'm happy. I don't care if it's two. Like I said, I don't care if we win 2-1, 1-0, 3-2. As long as we end up with the bigger number at the end, I'm happy. But we play like this, we're not gonna end up. Look, that motherfucker's so far offside. How are you even gonna think about giving him that goal? Good Lord, man, that dude was offside. He could have drove. He could no. That's crazy. That's like the second or third time their first goal was given because of an offside like that. Ooh, I never thought about that. Yeah, that's a new way we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that when we make up the player again. Like I said, there's a way you can get in the game if you want. I have two players that I haven't been able to add yet because um, we didn't have players that were compatible for what I needed. So I'm gonna add them whenever I'm not deciding if I'm gonna put them both in the same league or one in one league and one in the other, or how we're gonna do that yet. But we're gonna do that. But there's something we're gonna add that I didn't do before that I'm gonna add this time. It's gonna make it a little bit different. There are, I don't even know how many there are, but we will find out. Good job. I'm gonna take a quick break before I continue. I'll be right back, and we'll talk about that. Hey. So, here's what we do. If you want to get involved in the game, if you ever fancied yourself a football player, pickle. Here's all you gotta do. There's 4 ways you can get in the game. 5 if you want to be a coach. Easy one for the coach. 250 bits, you get to be a coach. You can coach on any team you want to. You get to choose your tactics. We'll do a little bit of stuff with you. We'll put you in. We'll fix you. We'll give you random 1 to 20 on all your coaches things, and we'll put you in there and see how you do. No problem. Now, player-wise, here's what you can do. For 250 bits, you get to be a player. We'll add plus up to 50 points to the potential for that player. You get 2 points. Let's see, 5, 4, 3, 2. You get 2 points added to every attribute under 10. Random team, random country, random position. That's the same way with the second level, which is 500 bits, except you get plus 100 added to your potential, and 3 added to each attribute under 10. For 750 bits is what Sasha and Wacky did. You get to be a really decent player, up to 149 added to your potential. Can't go above 149 because that would then put you in the next level. 4 points added to every attribute under 15. You get to choose where you play, you get to choose who you play for, and the position you play in. So if you want to play in England and your favorite team is Dagon Red, you can go to Dagon Red. If your favorite team is the Sundowns in South Africa or in Africa, you can go there and play. Put you on the team, keep track of you, and do what you got to do. You'll get you get that, and then for 1,000 bits, you can become a Wonder Kid. Basically, you have a number between 150 and 200 will be your added to your potential. You won't go above 200 because you can't. 5 points added to every attribute under 15. And again, you get to play wherever you want to. The different thing that we're going to add when I put Sasha and Quack back into the game is there are player traits. I'm not sure exactly how many of them there are. But what we are going to do is, when you put a player in, you'll get 3, you get the number of added attributes that you do, the number of points put to your thing. So 50 to 250 will get you 2 added player things. 3 for the 500, 4 for the 750, and 5 for the Wonder Kid. And basically, it's like likes to beat the offside trap, likes to do this, likes to do that. Let me see if I can show them. Pretty sure. Player traits. So, for example, there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 11. 14, 16, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 49, 52, 54, 56, 58, 59. There are 61 that you can choose for. So what will happen is, for example, if he was the player that we did that to, and we rolled a 13, at that random number, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Damn it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. His first one would be a 13. Next one we rolled 50. We go to the 50th one and mark that. So he would like the round, the keeper. And there's 61, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So that would be 50. So he brings the ball out of defense and rounds the keeper would be the 2 player traits he would be added. If it was 3, you'd get another one. If it's 4, you get 5. Some of them get put in with the players that are there already, and some of them don't. We'll be adding these into the thing, so that's what the difference is going to be. And that's going to be kind of a cool one. You can do the same thing with the coaches, I believe. They have, I think, to be honest with you, I don't know if there is or not. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Nope. Nope, there's not for these guys. Wait a minute. Where the hell is his attributes? There you go. Staff attributes. Okay, so you have the roles, which are what you are. Attributes, which what you are. And general. There's nothing like that. So you wouldn't get to add any of those in there for that. But so that's the different things you can do if you want to get involved in the game. It actually gets you in the game. It actually gets you, yeah, let's see what you can do. And it's kind of cool. You get to watch the players grow. You get to watch, like, when in Quack and Sauce being on the team, you get to watch them be from the young, youthful player till they go 5, 6, 7 years down the road and go, damn, look how good they got. So that's the cool part about it. It's a good way to get involved. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here for the day. My arm's just getting there, but thank you to Whip and Animal and Panda for y'all coming in. I appreciate you guys so much for the bits and the subscriptions. You guys are awesome. I will see you tomorrow. I should be back normal time in the morning if I can go to sleep tonight, which I'm hoping to do. If not, I'll be back tomorrow sometime. Probably after they try to kill me again. But if not, it'll be in the morning. You guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you around. Peace.